Welcome to Reviews for Rescues. Today we're here at Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort. Now, while the theming of this resort may be more geared towards horses, we have a special animal outing planned today. We're doing a purple martin nest check with the Disney conservation team here at the resort. Just Nick today at Saratoga Springs. Shane is really busy right now.
They are the largest swallow in North America. They're not here all the time. And I think this is one of the most interesting things about them. So they are a migratory bird, if you haven't seen based on this poster right over here. So they migrate from South America all the way up here to North America to breed. And they'll go back to South America for their non-breeding season. And they go all over South America, and you can see the birds that typically come to Florida actually go right to the Amazon, which I think is really cool. And we say they're the largest swallow, but they're not very big in my opinion, which makes I think their migration very cool. Only about like yay big when they're adults. And then they get the name purple martin because if you see the males have really dark, like indigo, very dark purple feathers. You can also describe them as blue. I've heard in South America they're more known as the blue martin. And then females can also have blue feathering, usually around their heads, sometimes around their wings. They'll have some dark purple feathering there. We'll track them and study them. So we like to track their migrations, and we like to study how they nest, and we also track chicks that are born every year, basically. Now, the really neat thing about this is that this is something that is not started by Disney, not started by Purple Martin Conservation Association, which is a big conservation group that studies and helps to conserve them. This is actually a relationship, or the nest building and monitoring by humans, is actually a relationship that goes back thousands of years. It goes back towards indigenous peoples who used to create nests like hollowed out boards, like squashes, and they would hang them around villages to try to attract martins. Why do you think indigenous peoples wanted to do that? Think back to what they eat. They eat bugs, yeah. So to keep their villages bug free, keep those bugs away from their crops, it's a much nicer time. Like a natural kind of ally, almost pesticide, that can eat all those bugs for you. Some of the birds, at least, actually a lot of the birds will get at least a little magic band, as we call it, like a little band, a little colored band, and then we'll know if there are birds that came from Disney when they come back. Some of the birds get what's called a MOTIS unit. Has anyone ever heard of this before? It's almost like a little radio tracker that will apply to them. And then when they come back to property, we'll know when they're back. We can track their migrations that way. Some go through Cuba, some through the Bahamas. One big thing I should also say we're studying here, we're doing what's called a neonatal study. So that means we're studying how they disperse when they come back to Florida. So when they come back, we know they will come back to a similar area. They won't come back to the exact same nest that they were hatched at. They will come back within, I believe, a 10 square mile radius or so. So we're studying kind of how that works when they come back. So we'll notice some birds will go over to other nests we have in the area. I also help volunteer up at a nest in Claremont, Florida. If anyone knows where that is, we've actually had Disney birds go up there. There's nests down at University of Central Florida too. Sometimes we get their birds and things like that. So every different group that studies martins and has nests will have little tags on them. So we'll kind of partner with the area. We'll know what birds came from where. So that helps us out in that way. And this is also important because they are a species in decline. We've noticed there's about a 1% decline in their populations, I think in the last 10 to 20 years or so. Generally, they like habitats that, if you look out here, this is perfect because golf courses have a lot of open area. There's usually some water around golf courses. That's why we have some nests here too. They've been pretty successful. So you can start a nest of your own if you're really interested. I believe today we're going to be showing you a nest check. So we're going to kind of go check out our nests. We're going to pull them down and then basically count the eggs, count the fledglings or hatchlings we have.
So yeah, and we're going to walk out towards the golf course and check some nests. See some chicks. There should be lots of chicks, so I'm excited.
It's so surprising, really how tolerant they are. You'll notice when we bring the nest down, they will fly away. So they have what's called delayed maturation. So when they're fledglings, or their first year, when they're youngsters, male and female look very similar. It'd be very hard to tell the difference. But when they come back for their first year, the males will start to get more purple on them, what's called a subadult male. Females will also start to have purple on them, so it's also very hard to tell the difference between a subadult male and a female. Yeah. You can see now we're starting to lower the nest. Occasionally there might be an adult bird in there. So if you see one like fly out, that could happen too. Kind of exhilarating. For data.
Ooh. Chicks, and that's our first nest. These are a bit older. You can see they're starting to get their feathers. Their eyes are starting to open. We'll probably see some younger ones as well as we go around. These, I would say, are probably about like maybe 12-ish days. Do
you want to hang out there? We can bring a little box for you if that's okay. Feel free to come down.
If flippy, I probably would never get back up.
Okay.
Wow.
It's literally crazy how distraught they are, right?
It's wild.
And they don't care.
Just vibing. We're just vibing.
This is our next nest. We have some little hatch day babies. And you see these are some eggs. They may hatch. Actually, this one looks like it might be pipping around at these. So these probably hatched either yesterday, maybe early this morning. Their job is to just nap and eat.
When do they start going back south?
Usually in about July.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it'll be a little bit still. We do have birds. So these birds are actually kind of early in their nesting. We will have ones nest all the way through July. And the babies actually fledge after about 4 weeks. So these, just hatched today. In about a month, they'll be at the same size as the adults, and they'll be flying around. And then they'll make that migration back with mom and dad in July, which is pretty crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Today. Oh my gosh.
Goes on the top there, A slot.
Wow.
That one looks even smaller. Put them in the shade.
Yeah.
And that area usually differs from year to year. It's usually along the west coast of Florida in the Gulf area, usually like an island or something like that. And they'll kind of hang out. They'll.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Look at that guy.
There's just one?
Just one, yeah. On average, they have 4 to 6, but yeah, totally normal for us to find 1 or 2.
He's a biggie.
Yeah.
So the birds, you'll notice that's why we put the predator guards down. That will prevent snakes. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But those projects are a little more in the future. It's going to be actually a little more professional.
Well, it was a really cool tour here at Saratoga Springs. To learn about the purple martin, got to do a nest check, and got to learn about conservation. Now, it's important to support your local animal rescue agency when it comes to domestic animals, like dogs and cats, or animal wildlife conservation, like they're doing here with the purple martins. Thank you, support your local shelter, and take care.